Ye is at it again.
Oh, my man, yeah.
Yeah, he's at it again. Apparently, he's tired of making music. I mean, he jumped in that whole Drake and Kendrick battle, and they was like, "Why are you even jumping here? Right? Stay out of this, right? You're done." I'm not gonna say he's done, but whatever. But apparently he's bored with music because he's gonna jump over to a new industry.
Oh, what's he doing?
The porn industry.
Okay.
He's gonna start up his own porn company. Apparently, he's starting this new porn company with the husband of Stormy Daniels.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know Stormy, right? Yeah. Yeah, man. Apparently.
So please, for the sake of everyone with eyes and vision, tell me he's going to be behind the camera.
Well, yeah, I didn't hear that he's going to be in front of the camera, which he probably wouldn't have minded. I don't know, No, but apparently this is something that he wants to do. And I don't know if he's just because he's bored of music, but he's got a lot of issues going on mentally and stuff. It's just crazy. But for him to jump into this industry, especially when his children, his girls, right? They watch what daddy is doing, right? They love his music. They follow him behind concerts. They're old enough to go on social media and read stories and watch podcasts just like we're doing, talking about their daddy starting a porn company. What kind of, I mean, for real? Like, why are you doing that? You're Kanye. I could see if there's another guy that comes up, doesn't really have much going on for him, not really talented, and you want to go into that industry. Okay, that's fine. But you got girls. So my question to you, do you think that this is a smart decision for Kanye to go into the porn industry?
Yeah.
It's a good idea?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
It's an incredibly profitable business. If he's looking at it through a business lens, which it sounds like he is, it makes a lot of sense. Makes all the sense in the world. Mm. Now with respect to children, I hear folks invoke this often. The children. What about the children? What about the children? Look, there is such a thing as adult entertainment. Children shouldn't be watching it. I don't know how children get factored into the equation when when the content's not made for children. Okay. Children shouldn't be watching it. Well, right? When people talk a lot about what the children are watching, well, watch your children, right? Like, put parameters there and be more concerned. Be more concerned with that. But going back to Kanye, man, Kanye doing porn, it doesn't even move the needle. And I think what's interesting, though, I think the way you framed it, I think says something about your opinion of the industry, right? Because you spoke in terms of almost framing it like he knew better, or it's desperation, or you invoked his mental health when talking about it. You invoked like his ability to do music or not do music. It was just kind of like all of these, and I think the idea of porn being this kind of seedy, secret knock in the back room, with burned tapes and with blank labels, and it's a totally different world, man. Like it's absolutely different. Like, OnlyFans have changed things. It's just a different world. And so if you're an enterprising business person, be it Kanye, be it anyone, and you look at this and say, hey, I've got the means, I've got the opportunity, and I can, corral this into something, I'd say, why not? Absolutely. Why not? It's regulated. The government regulates the hell out of it. There's certain places you can do, certain things you can't do. I see no wrong there.
Yeah, but I didn't come in it like that. I came in, what did I say? Very first thing, I talked about the children. It's about the children, y'all. It's about the children. And if you had a child, would you want your little girls knowing that daddy is going into the porn industry? Would you want your little girls, and they're not that little anymore, so they know what porn is. Would you want it? Would you want your children, your little girls, to know that? I'm just asking. I mean, maybe it doesn't.
I don't care. I don't.
Because you don't have children. That's why.
I don't.
You don't have little girls either.
I wouldn't care. I would have the conversation with them, the discussion about what's appropriate for adults, right? If I had small children who were too young to watch pornography, they're too young to smoke, to drink, to do so many things as young children, that I would have a conversation with them and say,
you'd explain to them why daddy is going into the porn industry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The same way I would if I worked for a tobacco company. I don't have this sense of, when it comes to those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this holier than thou, right?
Right.
Like this moral compass is tuned different than, to where I'm above all looking down upon society or something like that. No. This is how we earn our living, how I'm earning our living to take care of me and our family. It is not something I partake in. You are not to partake in it. Like, you have those conversations. Now, go to the West Wing in this large home that we live in.
So let's say you were married to your wife and you had 2 little girls, and your wife's profession was a prostitute. Do you have any problem with your wife telling your little girls, oh, guess what, little Susie? I'm a prostitute. I'm going to go into the prostitution business. Do you think you'd have a problem with your wife telling your little girls that she's going to go into the prostitution business? Yes or no?
Would I have a problem with telling with my wife,
who's going into the prostitution business, that she's telling little Susie, your daughter, your little Susie, that she's going into the prostitution business? She's had a lucrative career as an attorney, makes a lot of money, just like Kanye's making a lot of money in the music industry. But she now is going to go into the prostitution business.
If it makes sense to not have, and I see what you're doing, right? King of all extremes. But if it made sense to not have
from the porn industry,
but if it made sense not to have that conversation with the child, then we wouldn't have the conversation. If she were old enough to understand what that is and all the ramifications from it, then you have to have a conversation with your child. You gotta have you can't act like it's not happening, like it doesn't exist. So if there's something you're going to do, then you should have a kitchen table conversation and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Now, if it's too young, if it's not intended, if the conversation is not intended for a child, then don't have the conversation with the child. If they're old enough, maybe they're...
I don't even know how old they are. What, like 8, 9, 10?
I don't know. Right? Like what?
But they're young. They're young.
Well, probably... if they're 8 years old, sounds too young to have a conversation about sex work, right? Okay. So, no, then that conversation wouldn't need to take place. Now, instead of 8, if, say, the child was 18, well, then, we're going to have that conversation.
And you don't mind, so obviously he's a very successful musician. He can still make music, right? But he's veering away from it. You don't think he should just stay concentrated on music? Obviously, he has his clothing design and all that stuff. Don't you think he should just keep his concentration there and really get back into music? Because he's kind of fell off. He's not, everything he's went through, he's kind of fallen off. Don't you think he should just concentrate there and stick to the music?
Well, from a standpoint of as a fan, as a lover of the art form, I wish he would do music, because I think he's amazing. I think he has incredible range, right? Like it's rare where you see someone who can do whatever they want to do, and that's how I feel about Kanye and music, right?
Yeah.
Like it's Jordan in his prime when he steps on the basketball court. Do I want to pull up for a 3? Or do I want to take off from the free throw line? Like, it's that kind of, like, that swing. Like, who can do that? How many people can say that? The jumpers and leapers couldn't shoot. And Kanye has that kind of range. So from a fan standpoint, absolutely, I wish he would get in the lab and create, College Dropout 2 or something.
Yeah.
Right? Now, from a pursue your happiness, do you fam kind of thing, I have a problem with it.
You think this is making him happy? You really think this is making him happy, or is it just Kanye being?
I know you're asking, and not just asking. Asking. Do I think it's making him happy? I would tend to say, yeah. Look at Kanye, right? Look at him. I feel like if you've watched him over the last couple of years, do you get the feeling he ain't doing whatever the hell he wants to do?
He is.
Right? Like, so I can't imagine.
But that's not the same thing as making him happy.
I can't imagine he's doing this and he's unhappy, right? Like there's nothing coercing him into doing it. He's doing it, so he's happy. It's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Like, so to your point, to the point is, it doesn't need the money, right? He's probably, it probably creates some sort of strain with people that are the caretakers for his children, family, and other people that have like a kind of moral, a moral disposition towards it, or anti-position towards it. So you'd almost say you'd have to be into it with all of the smoke that's going to come back to you for not doing it. Like or should I say for doing it. So that's how I feel.
Well, listen, Kanye, do your thing. I'm just saying, we got to take care of our children. Got to think about our children, Kanye. I'm saying, listen, I want you to be happy. I want us all to be happy. All right? I do. I really do, bro. But I'm just saying, I got to think about this, especially my daughters. You know what I'm saying?
No, but no.
You should understand.
Yeah.